This is what you do early morning at a campsite or a lodge. Morning, Benny. Morning. Today we are going to be traveling all the way to Umkomaas, to where we're going to try and do another dive or two tomorrow. And everybody has left, the whole group is gone, and it's cold and it's rainy and it's still dark. So we're going to prep and hit the road and be off. But first, Benny, some coffee and rust. That's the way to do it. We are traveling from Sedwana Bay to Umkomaas for our next dive, but today we are going to make a couple of scenic stops along the way. Some of them will be a first time and other places will be filled with memories. One of the places that I have not ever been, as far as I can remember, is Richards Bay. And the question about Richards Bay is, I've heard a rumor that if you want to buy a catamaran in South Africa, this is the place that you do it. Not because this is where they produce it, it's where all the families that want to sail start sailing and then discover that they don't want to do it at all. They would come and park their catamaran or their sailboat here in Richards Bay and then sell it. So yeah, this is kind of the reason why I want to be here. So we're finding our way towards the harbor and we've got no idea where we're going. So yeah.
Daar's mense se huis daai. Daar's lê al die kats ons was daar gewees. Die mense se huis is daai woonstelle daar die hoogste.
Ja.
Dis hulle plekke daar. Maar jy gaan nie aankom kom jy, hulle gaan 'n hek hê. Maar ons gaan moet hoor of ons toestemming kry om by die hawe in te gaan daai. Hierdie is private property.
And like they say, so close and yet so far. We've made it to the Bay of Richards. It's low tide and we're here on the beach. And it's literally a question of saying, we came, we saw, and now we're gonna leave. But first we're gonna find something to eat. I was kind of hoping to meet Robin and Charlotte from the YouTube channel Drifting Sailing Adventures here, but unfortunately no such luck. Is it for our quick stop in Richards Bay. Any thoughts on your side, young sir?
Mussel Bay.
We miss Mussel Bay. We love Mussel Bay. We love the garden route. And there's a rooster walking in the parking area. Weird. Next stop, Durban. This is the Moses Mabhida Stadium that was built for the 2010 Soccer World Cup. We just arrived here in Durban. This is one of the more popular spots in South Africa for holiday makers each year. Such a great place to be, such an awesome destination. But yeah, let's continue our journey. After leaving Durban, we made another stop close to Mamzimtoti at a campground called Vukile Sprite. This is a place where some great memories were made and a very nostalgic stop. On this beach, we did so many created so many amazing memories. Beach games and sandcastle building, and we had groups of kids of 250 kids up to I think the one camp we had about 850, and such great memories created on this beach over, I guess, more than 75 years. This campsite's been up and running here, and they're going to remodel apparently and do something big here, so hopefully this piece of land that created so many amazing memories will continue to do that for a lot of young people. Many water battles were fought here. Many times the kids were told, stay out of the personnel bathrooms. Personnel meetings in here, always at the worst time, early mornings and late afternoons when we can be on the beach. But yeah, and then naturally you have to eat. And this is where all the rows and rows of kids were standing and singing and being loud and not listening and getting some good grub. We had some great, amazing Vukile Sprite food here that was a lot of times terrible, but most of the times perfect because it was Vukile Sprite food. And this now is room 5, but it used to be room 11. And me and one of my best friends, Rian, we always fought for this room. It was the media room because we made a whole bunch of amazing videos right here in this room. From this stoop right here, we could literally see everything, almost everything happening on this camp. We could hear when the praise and worship was done. We could hear when it was time to have the video. We could hear when it was time to eat. When the guys would be streaking in their underwear around, they would be running around here. Estelle would be running with whatever she had to kind of get them back to their rooms. We had so much fun. And Rian and myself, we always had a braai here on this stoop, which was so good. Some really good memories made here. This part is very, very special to Benny and myself, naturally, because in our days the guys would serenade the girls, and it would be a kind of a, I would say almost a kind of a Romeo and Juliet kind of situation, because you can see that the windows are kind of high up, so the girls would always be looking down at the boys and the boys would be singing. And the first time that I camped here was in 1994, and that was kind of still the thing that we used to do, and we'd be singing at these rooms. And
I was told I was not allowed to sing because of my voice, so I just made if I was singing along, but I wasn't singing.
He was there for support. Yeah. This is what we call home for the next 2 nights before we go into the old Transkei. And we're booked in, checked in, and it looks beautiful. Let me show you what it looks like. The Blue Ocean Diving Resort is very well equipped for international diving tourism, and the rooms are especially comfortable and so worthwhile. At At this point in time, I was stressed out of my mind because of the shark dive the following day. So I would like to share with you a little bit of a freaky moment for me at this stage. And this might be one of the most honest moments that I've ever had since I started with the Adventures of Jack Heartland. So for the last couple of days, we've been diving at Sudwana, and it was really an absolutely amazing experience, and I could learn and practice my techniques of diving and diving deep, the deepest that I've ever gone before. But I am challenged into doing something that I am currently absolutely freaked out about, which doesn't happen a lot in my life, but I can say that I'm officially nervous and scared. And yeah, so tomorrow morning, Benny wants to go not only dive at Olival here in Umkomaas, but he also wants to do a cageless baited shark dive in the open water. As far as I understand, you'll go a couple of meters under and you will have to work on your buoyancy, which is fine, and you just hang there, and then they basically get all these raggies and tiger sharks and stuff to come and swim around you with no protection whatsoever. And yes, I can officially tell you guys, I am super nervous here where I'm sitting. It's going to be an interesting night before me to see if I'm actually going to sleep at all and things. So, yeah, we will see you guys next time in one of the most challenging episodes of the Adventures of Jack Heartland, going to swim with the sharks. And what a dodgy dive it was. So don't miss out on the next episode of the Adventures of Jack Heartland.